She was standing at the back of the reception hall in the same ivory dress I was wearing, my wedding dress, custom made. One of a kind. Or so I thought. I grabbed my new husband's arm. Daniel, don't react, just tell me, do you see her? He followed my eyes and went pale. Is that your sister? I hadn't spoken to Renee in 4 years, not since she drained our mother's savings account and disappeared to Portland with a man none of us had met. And now here she was, at a wedding she was not invited to, dressed like a ghost of me. I crossed the room before anyone could stop me. You need to leave, I said, low and steady. She didn't flinch. She looked almost calm, which terrified me more than anything else. I'm not here to ruin your day, Mara. I'm here because Mom asked me to come. Mom has been in a memory care facility for 2 years. She doesn't know what day it is. She knew enough, Renee said. She called me last month, one of her clear days. She said she needed me to tell you something before she forgot it again. My throat tightened. Tell me what? Renee reached into her clutch and pulled out a folded envelope. My name was written on the front in my mother's handwriting, the careful looping cursive she used before her hands started shaking. She said she'd been lying to you your whole life, Renee whispered, and that you deserve to know the truth before you started a family of your own. I didn't open it right there. I took it to the bridal suite, locked the door, and sat on the floor in my wedding dress. Inside was a letter and a photograph. The letter was 2 pages, and I read it 3 times before I understood what it meant. Mom had gotten pregnant at 19. The father was a man she'd loved and lost, someone who died before I was born. She raised me alone for 2 years. Then she met the man I called Dad, married him quickly, and he adopted me without ever knowing the full story. He died when I was 7. I never questioned anything. But the photograph was what broke me. It was a picture of my biological father, young, laughing, standing in front of a car I didn't recognize. He looked exactly like Daniel's father. Not similar, exactly like him. Same jaw, same eyes, same crooked smile I had seen in the framed photo on Daniel's parents' mantelpiece my entire 8 years of knowing his family. I sat there on the cold tile floor, the letter shaking in my hands, doing the math I didn't want to do. There was a knock at the door. It was Renee. Did you read it? She asked through the wood. How long have you known? I whispered, a long pause. Long enough, she said quietly. I'm sorry, Mara. I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't know if I should. That's why I disappeared. I stared at the photograph and thought about Daniel's father, who had welcomed me like a daughter from the very first dinner, who always said I felt like family. Maybe he knew. Maybe he'd always known. And maybe that was the most terrifying part of all.